What is hepatitis A? Hepatitis A is a form of hepatitis, a group of serious diseases that cause inflammation of the liver. Hepatitis A is one of the most common forms of hepatitis. The liver is a vital organ, and normal functioning of the liver is crucial to health and life. Hepatitis A can reduce the liver's ability to do its vital job in helping the body to fight infection, stop bleeding, store energy, produce healthy blood, digest food, and remove waste. In rare cases, hepatitis A can be very fatal. The cause of hepatitis A, also known as HAV, is transmitted from person to person by contaminated foods, water, or other drinks, and direct contact. The virus is a very strong virus that contains single-stranded RNA, and as its genome covered by a protein shell. The virus enters through the epithelium in the mouth or gut and migrates to the liver over a period of about 2 to 6 weeks. Why is it important to Koreans? It is important to Koreans because HIV is rapidly increasing and it affects the Korean people in the following ways. The symptoms are jaundice, tiredness and fatigue, rashes, loss of appetite, nausea, dehydration, headache, and finally, rapid heartbeat. Symptoms of hepatitis A infection usually last less than 2 months. However, they may last as long as 9 months. About 15% of people infected with hepatitis A have symptoms that come and go for about 6 to 9 months. The history of hepatitis A. Before I start explaining the history of hepatitis A, please keep in mind, Mr. Morton, that you should only focus on the 2006 line, which is a line with the squares, solid squares, and the 1979 line with the hollow squares, because those are the two most important, and I'm gonna mainly focus on that, and you can totally ignore the 1995 and 1997 because that's not really important or irrelevant. So anyways, overall as a whole, a lot more immunity for hepatitis A there was back then compared to now. So in 1979, more people were immune, and in 2006, a lot less people were immune, and there were also less antibodies. So yes, it was easy. It is easy, a lot easier actually, to get hepatitis A back then, or no, it is easier to get it now compared to back then. So basically, less people that have antibody, or that less people that are immune, the higher chance they will get hepatitis A. So it's vice versa for, yeah, that's basically it. How is hepatitis A newsworthy? Hepatitis A is very newsworthy actually because more than 15,000 Korean people were infected last year, and the number of reported cases is increasing rapidly each year. For example, 7,895 cases in 2008 and 2,233 cases in 2007. From just that information, you already know that how hepatitis A has rapidly increased. The increase in HIV infection in adults will have an impact on the magnitude and severity of the disease. In Korea, symptomatic hepatitis A has been gradually increasing since the mid-1900s, with a tendency toward an increase in mean age and disease severity. A look into the future with hepatitis A. South Koreans drank the equivalent of 14.1 liters of pure alcohol per person aged 15 or over in 2005. The global average was about 6.1 liters, so South Koreans drink over double than the global average. What we should do to increase vaccination at birth to prevent later infection, to prevent measures including universal vaccination in infants and active immunization of the adult population should be considered. There are no specific medications to cure infection with hepatitis A. Most people require no treatment except to relieve the symptoms. However, there is a vaccine for hepatitis A. If a person has been exposed to someone who is infected with HAV, a treatment called immune serum uh, globulin is available for those patients.